Wide receivers are falling all over the place, Daniel. We have no one to catch the ball. Todd Monken's system is depleted, and we're going to lose every game on the remaining schedule.
Okay.
Or stop freaking out.
Okay.
Next on Locked On Bulldogs.
All right, Clint. So, first of all, welcome. I'm Daniel. He's Clint.
How y'all doing?
This is the Locked On Bulldogs podcast. If you didn't catch the reaction show on Saturday night, go back and listen to that. It's on audio, Stitcher, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. And then it's on YouTube. If you're new to the YouTube channel, if you're just finding us, subscribe, do all those things. Today, we're talking kind of big picture Georgia thoughts. Just to give you a preview of our week coming up, it's South Carolina week. I hope that you are injecting techno dance music into your bloodstream. No, you got to get acclimated. You have to get acclimated. It's like climbing a mountain, Clint. You need to climb up a little ways, and you need to rest a little bit. Get used to the thin air. In this case, by thin air, I mean the sound of a chicken pumped over a PA system every time they get a first down. Now, what if I told you that chicken's not going to be played that many times on Saturday? So
what if I was just South Carolina fan? Just prepare yourself. You ain't seeing General Cluckers come out anytime soon with that. Okay,
that I believe is the number 6 at KFC, the General Cluckers. But you were close.
Thank you. Okay. I appreciate it.
So for the week, tomorrow we're going to kind of do our more in-depth preview, our offense versus their defense, their offense versus our defense. Thursday, we'll give our official predictions. Friday, we'll talk about anything that you should be nervous about the game. But today, I'm going to kind of keep it big picture thoughts. And the biggest picture item for Georgia is the news that's happened since the last time we recorded, the news that's come out since the last time we recorded, that A.D. Mitchell suffered I'm not going to call it a significant injury, but it's certainly more significant than we initially thought. High ankle sprain. He most certainly is not going to play in this game. Let's just get that out of the way.
No.
Let's just say that.
He's not playing in South Carolina, y'all.
Okay. He's not going to play in this game. So
don't listen to the Curbinese when he says, oh, if we really need him, he's good to go. We're going to see how he progresses. We're taking it day by day. That's literally what Kirby says about every single injury.
The doctors are optimistic. Okay, I'm not. Thank you. What does it mean for Georgia, big picture, to be without A.D. Mitchell? Unquestionably, its best receiver, its best wide receiver. What does it mean, big picture, for Georgia to be without A.D. Mitchell?
Here's what it means, big picture. It means that the offense has to find another go-to bail stats out, get out of a jam, win in a hurry guy. Now, I don't know if we have that other guy. I might have some solutions to you at the end of this segment, Daniel.
I'd love to hear him.
Because did you all see a true freshman have some wiggle on Saturday? Have some space to create on Saturday? Because I certainly saw a potential dude show me a little something, Daniel. Kyrus Jackson seems like he is there. He's always Stet's safety blanket. That is always there. Big O and Brock now take more of a precedence. But this is A.D. Mitchell is that dude that is out on the outside, throw it up to him, 50-50 ball. He's coming down with him. He doesn't have to be in stride. He doesn't have to be in sync. He doesn't have to be in phase anywhere in that passing system. If the ball's around him, he's got a catch radius. What it means is if he's down for South Carolina, we're going to have to find that other person because right now I'm not confident relying on our run game, Daniel.
No, nor should you be at this point in the season. I'll say, to me, this injury, and I don't mean to diminish who I believe is an elite wide receiver in college football, A.D. Mitchell. I'm not in any way going to diminish him. But I'm going to say that this injury for the University of Georgia football team means nothing, with the caveat, from our goal line to the 10-yard line of our opponent. This injury means nothing. Georgia will have no problem moving the ball down the field without A.D. Mitchell. We have plenty of weapons. You've listed many of their names you've not even managed to say. Marcus Rosemey, Ladd McConkey. There's so many people who can come in and fill this void. But where have we seen A.D. Mitchell really shine in his Georgia career? It is catching the ball, not long touchdown passes like he did in the national championship game. Yeah, he can and has. But catching the ball on the goal line,
yes, sir.
He's the guy that Stetson will just pre-snap say, I'm going to throw it up there.
Yes, sir.
And that guy will go get it. Now, I'm not saying there's no one else on Georgia's team that can do that, but here's what I am saying. There's no one else on Georgia's team that's shown me that yet. You would just look at a guy like Darnell Washington and say, he has to have that. Like, surely you could just throw the ball up in the air to a guy like Big O, and he would be able to go up and get it. But we have never seen him utilized in that way. We've never seen the Calvin Johnson goal line fade to Big O in this Georgia offense. So maybe we'll see it on the goal line if we get down there, because you said, and this is kind of the follow-up point to that, we don't trust the run game right now. And what is the one glaring area that Georgia struggled on Saturday? It is the goal line. It is converting touchdowns.
Punching that ball in.
Guess who wasn't there every single time down there on the goal line because he got injured on the first play of the game? It was A.D. Mitchell. So if you want some proof that there's a correlation between Georgia's red zone goal line effectiveness and A.D. Mitchell's presence in the lineup, I would just point you backwards 2 days in time and say, watch that game. Now go back and watch the Oregon game. When A.D. Mitchell's on the field and he's a weapon on the goal line, Georgia has a much better chance of scoring touchdowns. When he's not on the field and there is not that one-on-one dominant receiver who can just go get the ball, Georgia could really struggle. That's the area I can see us struggling. We are not going to struggle to move the ball.
No, as a matter of fact, Ladd McConkey, Big O, Brock, they excel, again, in rhythm, on the run, catching this underneath or this crossing route thing, and then get going. The possession, the get to the stick and take it out, the slant and goes, all of that. That's where we're really going to miss AD. So we're going to come back, talk about big picture thoughts about this team. But first, we'll let you know about Upside. Upside is this fantastic app that you need to get. Why do you need to get it? Because it's free money for you to use. Every time you shop, every time you get gas, it's free money. Upside's an app. You punch it in. You give them your information, when you shop, where you shop, how you shop, and they go ahead and give you money for doing so. Get there, y'all. I know gas is coming down, but it's not coming down that much where you can go ahead and sneeze at free money coming straight to you. And that is the Upside app. This app is safe. It's great. It's fast. It's fantastic. And right now, put in the promo code LOCKED and get $5 off the first time you use it. That's LOCKED. First time you use it, $5. Upside. Go get the app right now.
All right. So, Clint, biggest picture thought on Georgia is A.D. Mitchell. But as we look back, as we've had some time to digest this win on Saturday, by the way, thanks for inviting me over to your home. I've now been relocated back to Nashville, but did enjoy watching the game on Saturday with you. What are our other big picture Georgia thoughts? Do you have any other thoughts, big picture about this team? We've now seen us in action twice. Kirby will remind you against two inferior, overmatched opponents. Which the fact that Kirby is not even hiding the fact that he's lumping Samford and Oregon together.
Yeah,
it's tough.
That's raw. That's rough.
It's tough. What are your thoughts on this team, big picture, Clint? What stands out?
Here's what stands out to me. We are exactly who I pictured us being. It's just more assurance of that fact. They didn't look as crisp on Saturday. Now, I'm not saying it's awful, it's horrible, that we're a horrible team, we've regressed, these Kirby's need to get these guys focused. Can I encourage you all, please, put yourself in the shoes of an 18, 19, 20-year-old kid. Please remember this. When you're playing in Atlanta against Oregon and your old coach, I know you should say we should get up for every game. I get that. I understand. And this is not an excuse, but this happens though on the micro level, on such the micro level. When these guys aren't focused and clear, when they're not just going to work, getting a job done, when they're not punching in and punching out like you should at Samford. You should. That's the mentality you have to have because it's not as fun.
No.
But these kids enjoy fun, Daniel. So again, don't hear me say that as an excuse or anything else. It's just a reason. Reasons exist in the world. That was evident. So I'm not afraid of that. This defense, Daniel, we're not there yet. Okay. But come week 6, 7, 8.
Who do we play right around that time? That's interesting.
That's wild. It's around Halloween. It's coming. Gosh, I'll have to look at the calendar and the schedule.
Hold till segment 3. We're gonna be talking quite a bit about.
We're gonna be talking Florida because here's what I see. Pops is a dude. Dumas Johnson's a dude.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He is. Everybody's ascending on this defense, Daniel. That's what I want to say. We're not there yet, but come a couple weeks from now, all these inexperienced guys, Coach Shue, Coach Kirby, getting them into the system, watching more film, understanding the play. Malachi Starks, Pops, Dumas Johnson, Michael Williams, y'all get ready for a better player at Georgia than Walker.
Okay. Yep. No argument.
Daniel, this defense is ascending. We're only going to get better. Wait for in rhythm. That's what I saw on Saturday. I saw guys flashing. Now, not consistent. Again, we lacked consistency, but they're flashing. And when they start putting it all together, come a couple weeks, we're going to be dangerous on D.
Three big picture thoughts. One, you've already touched on, and that is, I think we expected the 1-2 punch on the defensive line, right? Last year we had it was Jordan Davis, Devontae Wyatt. That's the real rock'em sock'em 1-2 punch on the defensive line. And obviously we're bringing in Trayvon Walker and we're bringing in all these cats. But the real 1-2. I think we expected this year's 1-2 punch to be Jalen Carter and Zion Logue.
We did.
And it is not.
No,
it's not. Jalen Carter and Michael Williams. And those two dudes are going to be a problem. A big problem for Georgia's opponents moving forward. That's the first thought. Second thought and third thought, both of them together, are about the secondary. Second thought is, I love the way Kamari Lassiter is playing.
Y'all,
I love his physicality. Mm-hmm. I love the way he positions himself on the field. I love the way he comes down and
how about
hits.
Run support? Yeah,
I love the way he comes in the box and supports the run. I love the way that he blankets guys. We know what we have in Keely Ringo, okay? But I love what I've been seeing out of Kamari Lassiter. We heard so many good things from him last year in camp, and I love that we're getting more and more of that. And then the third thought is Malachi Starks is your starter, and he ain't giving that up. And we're now to the point in the game where Kirby's not even going to try to hide it anymore. Where Kirby's just going to say, he's earned it. Dan Jackson's fine with it. We're moving on. That's the guy. Like, you realize, now he's couching all this with like Kirby he's got to get better. He needs to play football. He needs to get more snaps. He needs to get more reps. But do you realize how rare that is? For him to not say, hey, Malachi Starks, Kirby, we noticed he started against Samford. Just wondering what your thoughts on that with such an experienced player in Dan Jackson sitting there behind him. Kirby came out and said, 1, Dan Jackson's not that experienced. 2, Malachi Starks is the better player. That's who's the starter. 3, Dan Jackson's fine with it.
No one's mad.
What he should have said in Kirby's was, guys, you want to know who the starters are every week. You want to know who's coming out here and starting every week. But just because someone started last week doesn't mean they're going to start next week. No position on our team is guaranteed. Every position is an open competition. Carson Beck might be the next starting quarterback, might be the starting quarterback next week. No one has a guaranteed spot. Everyone has to compete for their job. But he didn't say any of that.
We're just getting out there. We're just trying hard. Every single practice, every single snap is competition. Every single time it's a trial. See if somebody can keep their job.
That's where we are with Malachi Starks, is that Kirby's not even trying to hide it anymore. And Georgia fans, that should excite you about these two freshmen, Michael and Malachi. Yep. You should be feeling really good.
Quick question, Daniel. Does Kirby typically have an insistence on a couple positions on the field where he has a emotional, intellectual prerogative to enjoy those positions more, accentuate and prioritize those positions more on defense than other positions?
The only person I've ever seen more passionately connected to a safety at Georgia than Kirby Smart is Trevor. That's the only person who's got more of an emotional connection.
Correct.
To a safety at Georgia.
Safety and inside backer, Kirby wants being the alpha dogs of the team. Now, again, Malachi Starks has come in and has taken the starting position. Daniel, you realize we have what seems to be getting healthy, if not healthy, all-American safety dime defensive back who came over in the Tyke Smith looked like he was getting healthy. I don't know if he's 100%, but he looked like he's getting healthy. Which, really quick side note, again, Kendall Milton looks like he's getting healthy. That's going to be key in this coming game. If we're going to talk offense, defense tomorrow, just a little heads up, that's going to be key. But Malachi's that dude, and he's here to stay, and he is the real deal.
To the point that it's like Tyke Smith, it's great that you're healthy. You're repping full-time star. Like, we don't need. I know safety was supposed to be a position of need. We don't need it anymore. So just
the need has been filled.
It's been filled. Why don't you just get over here to the start? Yeah,
y'all enjoy the next 3 years of the best safe. What Roquan Smith was to inside backer.
Careful. Be careful.
What
lightly.
Roquan Smith was to inside backer.
Let the record show that I tried.
Malachi is going to be to safeties. Let the record show I am there. Hey, we're going to come back after this. We're going to talk Florida. Oh, no.
Did Florida play?
Florida played, Daniel.
Okay, cool.
They were so good. We'll come right back after this and let you know all about it. Daniel, our little brother to the south, has decided they wanted to go ahead and run their mouths and talk about all them Heisman trophies that AR-15 has already pre-ordered, replicas to just hand out to all friends and family. Already got that suit, that nice gator green suit he going to wear up to New York for the ceremony. Oh, wait a second.
Hold on now. Now you're trying to tell me that you beat Utah at home.
Okay.
Utah.
There it is. I was wrong about Utah. I'm ready to admit it.
At home.
To begin the season.
And now you're playing Kentucky. Were they headed on the road? Did they head on the road to play Kentucky?
No, they stayed right there in that swamp, and they welcomed Kentucky into the swamp.
So Kentucky,
yep,
who Florida would love to have you believe is their little brother, who's now beaten Florida 3 out of the last 5 years.
There it is.
Kentucky comes into the swamp.
Yes.
And beats Florida handily because Florida cannot score. Cannot move the ball.
Let me just really quickly, a quick summation of the game. Kentucky had the worst half of football it's played in a very long time in the first half. I mean a long time. It didn't look like Coach Stoops' team out there.
They should have been getting blown out at halftime.
Undisciplined, not moving, blown assignments, blown offensive blocking. Will Levis just slinging it around like he is Brett Favre in Minnesota. Don't care about nobody, where they're at. They should have been blown out, and yet Florida couldn't separate. Second half comes out. Coach Stoops makes adjustments, and they start rolling. And then AR-15 just defecates the bed.
I mean, it's hard to pin a loss onto one person, Clint.
But is it?
I'm going to give you two numbers, okay?
There's 4 fingers up, just so you know.
There's 4.
There's now 7.
4 and 3. Those are the 2 numbers I'm going to give you. Okay?
Thank you.
4 is the number of rushing yards that AR-15 had in this game. He rushed for 4 yards. Now,
That doesn't fit the narrative.
If you'd like to know why he looked so bad,
please.
It's because he only rushed for 4 yards. Because we got on this podcast and Mark Stoops apparently understood the same types of things and said, this is no quarterback. If you just stop him from running, then he has no recourse. He has no other options of anything to do. He rushed for 4 yards. And because of that, Clint, I take you to the number 3. Any guesses what this is?
Had to have been the number of second half touchdowns that he went ahead and threw, Daniel.
No, that was his passer rating out of 100.
I'm sorry.
It was.
So let me understand this.
It was 3.
Okay. And by the way, 0 is not an option.
I wish I were making this up.
0 is not an option.
It was 3. Like, he wasn't subpar.
No.
He wasn't poor in this game.
No.
He was abysmal. Like, the worst player on the field for either team.
Correct.
And Todd McShay spent about 30 minutes telling me why he's going to be a first-round draft pick.
And did you notice what happened, Daniel? What happened the second half to that narrative?
Well, then he was like, Todd was like, no, you got to give him some time. No, he just needs some time.
Only his third game starting. You got to remember.
His third game.
It's only his third game.
It was at that moment, Clint, and we were together watching this game, having a great time. Having a great time. DoorDash bringing the burgers over to the house, and we're watching
all manner
Florida
of food. They were sick and tired of dropping food at our house.
Okay. It was at this moment that I began to have a theory. Okay, we're deep into the third segment. So segment listeners,
is this
welcome.
tinfoil theory?
I need a tinfoil hat for this.
Okay, here we go.
If we had tinfoil hat music, I would be cutting it on. This is the tinfoil hat music. All right, here we go. What if, Clint?
Yes.
There's a famous commenter on our YouTube channel. We have long speculated that it's a bot. That Scully Reddy is a bot. Created by Georgia fans.
Yeah.
To troll Florida fans, because Scully Reddy in the YouTube comments is everything you want a Florida fan to be. He's
literally.
He's majestic. He is absolutely.
He's the peacock of Florida fans. Okay.
He is peacocking out here left and right. What if Todd McShay is Scully Reddy, Clint? I don't know. I've heard some similar things come out of both of their mouths at this point. Also, can't help but notice. Just want to maybe Gurf do a quick search of the gutters, because I have not seen Scully Reddy in the comments in the last couple of days. So I hope he's all right.
No, he's
interesting.
He's not okay. He's not okay. Here's why. Florida is not a good team. They can't run the ball. They have transfer running backs who are not good. They have a running back for a quarterback that gets bottled up because he's asked to throw the football.
Oh, and he can't do that.
And he can't do that. So he gets a little glitch in the system, a little 0 next to the 0 instead of 0 next to the 1, and he just loses his mind. Yep. And glitch happens, the screen goes blank, and he doesn't know where to go. And if you blitz him and you play disciplined against the run, he's got nothing to do. This offense has no wide receivers. It has no receiving threats. It has an offensive line that's got holes abound. Their defense played admirably. I can't fault them for playing D. It was fine on defense.
Yeah, they've got some dudes on the defensive line. They've got some good linebackers.
They do.
I think the secondary is very suspect for Florida, but
secondary is awful.
But the offense, Clint, to your point, name a position group where they have somebody.
Shorter was supposed to be that guy coming in from Penn State. He ain't that guy. He is not that guy. He's worse than Burton. Are you kidding me? My goodness. Their running backs are depleted all the way through. Again, they don't have talent. They don't have anything else. Napier's out there trying to
And they got a
Sunbelt-
group of 5 coach, man. They just got he's just group of 5 as long as the day is like, that's all they got.
Hey, we're going to come back tomorrow. We're going to talk about this next opponent, not Florida. We're going to hold off for a little bit on them, but we're going to come back to them. Believe you me. But we're going to talk about South Carolina, and we're going to talk about their offense and their defense against our offense and our defense tomorrow on Locked On Bulldogs. We'll see you guys then.
See ya.